Dan, how are we?
Paulie, I'm so good, mate, and even better for seeing you and better for connecting with the Hero Tribe.
Lovely to see you all. Today, we really just wanted to talk about things that we can and can't influence in our lives. And Dan and I just wanted to share a few examples of how this has, I suppose, this practice has affected us in our own personal lives. And perhaps it could give you some pause for thought about how, you may be able to apply this to your life as well. Dan, did you want to offer an example of influence and how this has affected your life?
Sure, I think when I consider influence, I think about impact as well. Um, there are just generally in my life, I'm really clear about, how I want to show up, physically, mentally, emotionally, and professionally. And I know I have complete influence over those actions. And so, for instance, I'm really clear about how my mornings look, even though like I have a 13-week-old child and a 2.5-year-old, and, life is just quite chaotic. I still find that I can prioritize the little kind of habits that are important to me. They just are done at different times every day. And so that's unique in and of itself, but it just shows that if the priority and the commitment is there, then we just show up for that. Doesn't matter if things go off track slightly or things don't go according to plan. I think that's a really powerful approach, just to recognize that every day, potentially things won't go to plan. And how do you still maintain your commitment, even though you're going to be doing things at different times? So I have like glorious ideas of how my morning's going to look, how my afternoons are going to look, and how my evenings are going to look. And I don't think they ever look like that, but I still find my way to tick off the things that are important to me, that help me just be, the best version of myself and the best husband I can be and the best father I can be, and just show up in all relationships, really clear on what my purpose and intention is. So yeah, that's a little bit about how kind of my world operates day to day.
Yeah, it's great, and I find that being able to not take on too much at one time in various different departments, being able to take a step back, see the forest from the trees, and be able to say, okay, what departments of my life do I want to prioritize right now? And that doesn't need to be for the rest of the year. It just needs to be for now. And, then being able to influence that gives me a lot more of a sense of understanding that it's achievable. And at the same time, if I don't achieve it on a day, being okay with that as well.
Mm.
Because I find that, if I have a vulnerable time or a vulnerable day where I smash a pizza, for example, and I wake up the next morning and I'm down on myself for it, that can feed itself into a whole negative cycle, which I'm sure we've all been in. And I know some of you have definitely been in because I've coached you through it. So, it's really important to forgive yourself when it comes to not fulfilling an objective that you may have set out in the middle of the day or at the beginning of the day, or just knowing that you're human, not forgiving yourself because you haven't done anything wrong. It's about just responding to the world and not reacting, really.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, it's an important word to bring into the mix, and sometimes can be quite triggering, but gentleness is key. I mean, we've all probably been privy to berating ourselves and hitting ourselves over the head for, perceiving that we've done the wrong thing and haven't followed through on our commitments. And then it's just like, and then you go to sleep and you just reset the next day. So we'd love this to be a platform and an opportunity just to hear where you're at. Where do you have influence? What is your influence? What's your impact on a daily basis? How do you want to show up? And let us support you in that, and let the tribe also speak its group wisdom, and we all just kind of nourish each other in that way. So looking forward to hearing from everyone.
Thank you, guys.